Hello, folks. How you doing? I hope you're well. I know what you're thinking. I know you need a shave, Grups. I do. I'll be clean shaven tomorrow, and I'm thinking to myself, just how can you have hair all a mess when you've virtually had it all cut off and there's not much of it left? It's all over the place, man. I'll get that sorted as well. Right. I've just got a bit of a chat with you more than anything else. There's no real showbiz news tonight because I can't see anything in showbiz worth talking about. Nothing at all. I can't find any news really worth talking about. So I'm just going to run a few things past you. It's just really what you might class as an informal chat, really, just to pass 5 or 6 minutes. I hope you don't mind because it's a Sunday. I've looked in all the sources I normally look at. I just cannot find anything to discuss. So I'll tell you what I have found, something to just talk about rather than to discuss, rather than to have any huge opinions on. I say showbiz, there's not much to it. Showbiz-wise, all I've found that really that's worth discussing is, well, it's not even worth discussing, but I'll tell it you. We believe Lindsay, I say we, I'm not part of it, Lindsay Buckingham and Stevie Nicks have been seen together again, sparking rumours of a Fleetwood Mac reunion, getting the band back together, but with the best band they've ever had, with Nicks and Buckingham. Sad thing is, obviously, Christine McVie's no longer with us, so she's not going to be there, should it happen. But I think there's every chance it probably will happen. Everybody likes the last payday, don't they, in music? They really do. What else have I got? I'm reading something today, really, just reading the papers and whatever else. I think I've said in the past, although not to yourselves, I used to get a paper every day. The week I don't anymore. I just don't have the time to read a paper. But on a Saturday, I get 2. One's just a rag, mainly for the sport and the horse racing in particular. And the other one is one I like to read, only because it has some good features and some good stories in there. The features and the stories aren't what they were 3 or 4 years ago, but you still get the odd good one. There's actually 2 I'm going to have pulled out from yesterday's. I'm going to have a bath shortly, which is why I'll get the shave, and I'm going to read them whilst in the bath. But I was reading the paper today. I only get 1 paper on a Sunday, 2 on a Saturday, 1 on a Sunday. And I'm reading that, what's her name? Yvette Cooper is now talking of criminal prosecutions. She's going to prosecute those that put 60 or more in one of those small boats. You know, the migrants. If there's 60 or more in a boat, she's going to prosecute. Will it be the captain, the driver, whatever you want to call it? Thought, yeah, that'll make a load of a difference, that will. They shouldn't be picking coming over here to start with, Yvette. You should be policing them. They shouldn't be coming over here. They shouldn't be coming at all. Prosecute them bloody all. That might stop them. 60 or more and we're going to prosecute. So, as long as they come with 59, everybody's nice and bonnet. Everything's okay. 60, that's the magic number. You're going to get prosecuted. I don't know. This women's football's on now. It's on now. I believe it was 1-1 and they're getting closer to extra time. I heard Spain had battered them. That's not been the case, I don't think. But I've not watched it because I've said it before. I've not got a lot of interest. But at half time, I thought I'll flick through both channels to see who's doing the old punditry and see if there's anyone any good on there. And I really was looking to see how poor the women were, because I'm like Joey Barton, I'm nowhere near as bad as him, but I believe most of the pundits, the women pundits who with football, whether they're watching men's or women's, are poor. They're really, really poor. To that end, I flicked to ITV first. They're on the ad break, so I'll go to BBC. And there's a woman on BBC, she's saying, oh, she made a great save. She deserves flowers for that. And then she talked about the save, and then she said, as I said, she deserves flowers. And I thought, where's that come from? You deserve flowers. So I turns it over to ITV, the ad break's finished, and I heard a woman say, what did she say? She's got her hand in her head there. I think something went wrong. You know, you have your head in your hands. She's got her hand in her head, and I thought, the hand's gone past. How's the hand gone into the head? How's it got in the head? There's no entry. Well, she'd have said in the mouth, wouldn't she? That might shut me up, I suppose. She's got her hand in her head. Oh, they are poor. They're not all poor. I would say 50% of them are absolutely shocking. 25% of them are pretty poor. And there's 25% that are really, really good. Gabby Logan, she's doing something there. She's good. The young lady that's been on Talk Sport, that's often on Sky. She recently had a child. She's very good. There's some crackers. God, there's some absolute dirge, honestly. There's some people that should never be on the TV. But the fact that they played football before, know a little about it, and the women, just gets them the gig. They don't have to be good. They just have to tick all those boxes. It's really sad. Really sad. I'm looking at something on my laptop today. I see it regularly when I'm on the Sun or the Daily Mail websites about packing the PDAs or doing something with the PDAs, or they've got the PDAs, and I'm thinking, what's this PDAs? Today it got the better of me. I thought, what is a PDA? And it came up, public display of affection, and I thought, that's how much behind the eight ball I am. PDA. Had you ever heard of it? I've been saying it for about 3 months now, and I'm thinking, PDA? What's PDA? Meant nothing to me. Nothing to me. I've said it before, though. You know when people start a sentence, you'll ask them a question, they'll say, yeah, no. And they start with yeah, no, yes, no, yeah. And I think, well, it's yes or it's no. It's not yes, no, or no, yes. They all start with yes, no. And I'm thinking, what's all that about? I've said this before. You know them people that when they're saying something and they're framing it in something and they have that finger, and I don't even want to do it because I've never done it before. I'll do it. Oh, I'm not going to like doing this. They do that with 2 fingers and they do it with them other 2. I'm definitely not going to do it with 4 fingers because I like everyone else that does it. Someone wants some of their exclamation marks and I'm thinking, you look bloody stupid. Never done it in my life. I do now and again in my comment section off you folk get these, is it emojis they're called? I'll respond to them, but no, never with one back. Never sent one in my life and I never will. It's a principle thing with me. It's just a principle thing. I'm not going to do it. I'm not going to do it. Somebody I know online yesterday said, can you copy and paste something on that? I thought, I can if you probably talk me through it and give me 20 minutes of your time to tell me how it works, but I don't do all that. I really am a technophobe, but I'm also really an old fogey. I'm a grumpy old git, to be honest with you. I don't like anything piggy modern. I don't. It's just me. I don't know what emojis. What's all that about? I just don't get it. I don't. Right, on a serious note, I'll say something to you now. I'll try not to shout. Say something to you now. I was heartened yesterday. I put a video out yesterday and I was pretty heartened. I never expected any nastiness, but I thought a couple of people might have a moan, or a couple of people might say, you don't know what you're talking about, Grumps, or you're coming at it from the wrong angle. I put something out yesterday, you may have seen it, you may not have done, about this sickening thing that's happening at this moment in, is it Gaza, where these young babies, these malnourished kiddies they're dying on a daily basis, and with or without them dying, we get pictures of them and they look absolutely horrendous. It's really, really bad. And I was saying, look, somebody somewhere needs to stop the atrocity there, or somehow we need to get these kiddies out en masse. Any of them that's malnourished, we need to get them out, feed them up and get them back on the feet. Nobody should ever die of that, especially when the folk want to give so much aid, and I know it's going in today, but it's not quick enough, it's not right, and it's not targeting the right folk. Something needs doing, and I've got no foot in either camp, be it Palestinian or Israeli. Many will say what the Israelis have done over there is shocking, and they keep bombing, and they're doing this, and they're doing this, and they're doing this, and I get that. But at the other end of the coin, many will say Hamas shouldn't have gone into Israel and do what they did to start it all off. And some will say Palestinians have been marginalised and persecuted for years, and they've got no space to live in and whatever else, and they bordered on all sides with people they don't want to be in, and I get all of that. But then again, going back to times of Second World War, the Jews don't necessarily all want to be in Israel or didn't want to be in whatever else. It's been circumstance. So I'm not an history buff. I'm not that clever. I'm really not. But I just wish man could get on with man. I really do. And I know it's never going to happen. I read something today in the paper about slavery. And I mean, Britain's got a terrible record for slavery in the past. But I'm reading stuff about Muslims and Turks and whatever else. And I know that's not religion. And Africans having slaves years ago. And having white slaves. And white slaves come from this country, this European country, as well as others, taken on boats thousands and thousands and thousands and thousands of miles away and been kept as slaves. And I believe the true stories. I never knew anything of the sort. I didn't know it at all. So I think everybody's been guilty of it over the ages. Loads of things have gone on through the ages that are wrong. And they're still going on now. But in this modern world, in a world where we can all communicate with one another, the world's a smaller place, and, you know, we can all help one another. There's countries with nothing. There's countries with not a lot. Countries with a bit more. Countries doing pretty well. And countries that are flying. Collectively, can't they all help one another? Does it have to be like this? And I'm just talking collective. I'm just thinking of those kiddies, and I'm thinking, And I thought I was going to get people in the comment section having a pop at me. You don't know what you're on about. And the Israelis shouldn't be doing this. Because there's a universal hatred, it seems to me, of Jewish people. And I'm not clever enough to know if there's a reasoning behind it. I don't hate them, but then again, I don't hate anybody. The only folk that I hate is anybody that does my friends and family any harm. To be honest with you, folk can do me harm and I don't hate them. I just have nothing to do with them. And they've got to do me harm 2 or 3 times before I turn. And when I turn, don't worry about that. But you do any harm to my friends and my family in particular, and I turn straight away. I'm very Sharon Osbourne that way. I listen to both sides of an argument first. But if you're wrong, I'll jump down your throat. No problem with that. Nobody messes with my family. Me, I'm fair game. Don't worry about it. I've got a thick skin. My family, no. And I mean that. But I thought someone would have a pop at me and nobody did, which was nice to see. And I think everyone's on the same page. I hope, yeah. I mean, it's kiddies when all's done, isn't it? It's kiddies. I know some might say they might grow up to be bad people and whatever else. But then again, at this moment in time, them young kiddies, they're that young. Most of them aren't walking, can't speak, can't. Well, they're not going to be able to walk. They can't bloody feed themselves. You know, they know nothing. They're real innocents in all of this. And somebody somewhere needs to protect them. It could be my kiddie or your kiddie when all's said and done, you know. It's a shame. It's a great shame. Anyway, I'm glad nobody had a pop. I'm glad we're all singing off the same hymn sheet. Let's protect the kids, because without that, we've got nothing. We've really got nothing. The kids are our future, aren't they? Right, I'll love you, I'll leave you. I've nothing else to record today. I'm going to do one horse racing one, and that's it. I've got nothing to record, nothing to say. I can't find anything to cover, so I just thought I'd have a 2-minute chat with you. And while I've been chatting, I wonder if England are winning against the... Is it the Italians, or are they getting beat? I wonder. Is it Spanish? Spanish, isn't it? Spanish. I wonder who's winning. I don't know. I'm listening to Sounds of the 70s. It's on that there TV, but I've paused it. It'll be on in a minute when I do all the buttons to get this uploaded. Then I'm going to have a bath. And I'm going to put it on the bedroom telly so I can carry on hearing old Johnny. No, not Johnny. He's gone. Good grief. Johnny. Whispering Bob on Sounds of the 70s. I love it, folks. Absolutely love it. My guilty pleasure. Well, one of many. I've got Jack Hargreaves on later. I've had to go to another channel looking for Jack Hargreaves. He's not on TPTV at the moment. I found him elsewhere, but I've recorded it. And the old footage detectives on TPTV, so I'll be watching one of them probably late tonight, the other one sometime tomorrow. Right, I'll love you and leave you. I'll get off. I've said far too much.